During its 2 decades on air, NCIS has brought us a bunch of memorable guest stars. Even its die-hard fans have hard time counting every famous face. But we'll help you recall those big-name actors.
Grab your gear.
Before the fame. NCIS premiered back in 2003, introducing its original team. Mark Harmon, Polly Perrette, Sasha Alexander, and Michael Weatherly have become fan favorites almost immediately. The show also spotlighted some up-and-coming actors who were about to break out, like Emily DeRavin, Terry O'Quinn, and Josh Holloway, who became famous next year for the series Lost. O'Quinn showed up in Enigma, playing a man who was diagnosed with schizophrenia. Emily helped DiNoso investigate bodies that wash up on the beach in NCIS Episode 3, and Holloway played the sheriff in a West Virginia town in the 12th episode. The second season of NCIS featured a blind child piano prodigy, portrayed by Abigail Breslin.
Listen to the live feed. I want to help my mom, Agent Gibbs.
By that time, she already had notable roles, having appeared in Signs alongside Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix. And 2 years after her turn on NCIS, Abigail scored her first Academy Award nomination for her part in Little Miss Sunshine. But the biggest breakthrough happened to a teenager who had a turn in the Season 3 episode titled Deception. Believe it or not, that was a pre-fame Zac Efron, just days before High School Musical took the world by storm. Efron shared a screen with another actor who now enjoys well-deserved popularity. Jesse Plemons played a surly teen who didn't want to cooperate with the NCIS team. Later that year, he began starring in the drama Friday Night Lights. Now he's best known for the anthology series Fargo, and they are not the only young performers who appeared on the procedural. Everyone gets their start somewhere. Rico Rodriguez has grown up before our eyes playing Manny in Modern Family, but before this, he only appeared in one-off roles on different shows, like ER, iCarly, and NCIS. Rico made a guest appearance on a 2009 episode titled Hide and Seek. Little did he know that he would become a household name that same year. For Cameron Monaghan, on the other hand, a gig on NCIS was just one of the many guest-starring TV roles. He played a troubled teen suspected of murdering his father.
That's why I said I didn't need a lawyer, because I didn't do it.
The episode, titled Out of the Frying Pan, gave young Monaghan a fine chance to show his growing talents. He went on to appear in several shows a year, plus playing one of the main characters on Shameless. And almost the same goes for Millie Bobby Brown. She played a girl responsible for killing her mother, which was quite a dark turn for a young performer. Amazingly, but in there, you can already glimpse the signature gaze that helped Millie book the lead role on Stranger Things. By the way, her co-star from the horror series, Sean Astin, also appeared on NCIS, though in a different season. He investigated a case in Season 9, while Brown's chilling performance came in Season 12. Time to explore some more guest stars now famous for other shows. Diverse characters. NCIS didn't shy away from telling controversial stories from the beginning. One of the first season episodes was centered around a Navy officer struggling with his sexuality. His wife was portrayed by Julie Benz, known as Darla on Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel. You might also remember her as Rita on Dexter, and more recently as Sadie in 911 Lone Star. There was yet another vampire franchise alum on NCIS, Daniel Gillies. He appeared in Season 8 as a member of the British Navy who was being framed for murder. Less than a month later, the actor made his debut on The Vampire Diaries. Misha Collins, on the other hand, had to wait for 2 more years before he got his big role on Supernatural. He appeared on NCIS in a Season 4 episode, playing a convicted car thief who unwittingly kidnapped a Navy officer.
I even dialed 911. I hung up, but I dialed. That's gotta count for something, right?
But what's more interesting, the show offered many actors a platform to showcase the whole range of their skills. Jim Rash, an accomplished comedian and Oscar-winning screenwriter, played a doctor treating an amnesiac patient. His colleague John Cryer from the sitcom 2.5 Men also joined the team as a doctor. He had a 3-episode arc in Season 13, providing much-needed comic relief. Self-proclaimed NCIS fan from day one, Cryer always believed it would be a hit. Probably that's why he landed a hero role. After all, he saved Gibbs' life. But Eric Stonestreet, whom we know as the lovable dad from Modern Family, played his total opposite. In Season 6, he was a security guard who had a bunch of victims in his tracks before he got arrested. David Eigenberg's role on NCIS also couldn't be further from his part as friendly bartender Steve in Sex and the City. Eigenberg played Ted Bankston, a child kidnapper and murderer. Singer and actress Melora Hardin had a chance to show her dark side as one of the NCIS first villains. She guest starred in the 5th episode, playing a former petty officer who framed and murdered her colleague. And there were as many as 4 actors who later appeared in the same series. Before Bellamy Young became the first female U.S. president on Scandal, she was the evil Melinda Stone in a Season 1 episode. Katie Lowe's one-off role was in Season 4. And Zoe Perry appeared as a ferry police officer in Season 13. But Darby Stanchfield had a more important role. She played Gibbs' deceased wife, Shannon. That leads us to the whole list of well-known actors who portrayed the team's family members. Family connections. In the 7th season, the viewers got to know Gibbs' mother-in-law. Shannon's mom was portrayed by screen queen Gena Rowlands, whose career has spanned nearly 7 decades. Attempting to avenge her daughter's death, she made a tragic mistake and ends up killing the wrong person. Another TV star, Patricia Richardson, felt compelled to answer the phone when NCIS came a-calling. Best known for her work on the long-running sitcom Home Improvement, she played mother-in-law of Timothy McGee. The actress revealed that the role was practically tailor-made for her. And that really was an interesting storyline. Richardson's character found a body on a cruise ship. Moreover, she admitted to having practiced kissing with the deceased, back before he was dead, obviously. McGee also has a famous grandmother. Penelope Langston was played by acting legend Lily Tomlyn in a Season 9 episode aptly titled The Penelope Papers. When her role was announced, the showrunners explained they knew she'd bring extraordinary heart and pathos and humor to the show. And Tomlyn nailed a part of an ex-hippie all too well. But what about the real-life relatives of the NCIS cast? The die-hard fans know that Sean Murray is actually a stepson of the show's co-creator, Don Belisario. So it's no wonder that other members of their family also appeared in the series. Vivienne Belisario, Donald's wife and Murray's mother, played Gibbs' love interest in the first 2 seasons. Sean's stepbrother, Michael Belisario, played the part of Abby's lab assistant Chip Sterling, while his stepsister Troyan Belisario appeared as McGee's sibling, Sarah. Interestingly, Troyan's now husband, Suits star Patrick J. Adams, also had a guest starring role on NCIS. However, the pair didn't actually meet then, as they were part of different seasons' cast. And in Season 19, Sean shared the screen with his real-life daughter, Kay Ryan Murray. The actor called the experience so cool on so many levels. Although when it came to filming, it all proved a bit overwhelming. Murray actually panicked when he saw his daughter's photo in the squad room. "We were talking about her being a potential suspect," he recalled. "All of a sudden, my home life sort of being at work, it flustered me just seeing a picture of her." Mark Harmon, in his turn, didn't have that problem, apparently. His older son, Sean, was called in every time the storyline needed the presence of the Gibbs younger version. Moreover, Mark's wife also became a part of NCIS. She appeared in Season 18, when former special agent got to know an investigative journalist, Marcy Warren. Surprisingly, Marcy didn't become Gibbs' love interest. Pam shared that she'd turn the role down if that was the case. She actually did that before, more than once. Now, let's get back to the big names, and one of Mark Harmon's on-screen girlfriends, the superstars. Gibbs is known for being surrounded by many beautiful women. One of his girlfriends in Season 9 was Dr. Samantha Ryan. She was portrayed by none other than Oscar-winning Jamie Lee Curtis. Interestingly, Curtis and Harmon had played love interests before, in 2003 comedy Freaky Friday.
And you know Jamie.
Yeah, I love Jamie.
Right, I do too. And
yeah.
I've known her since she was 15, so...
Oh, wow.
On NCIS, the actress had a 5-episode arc. But, unfortunately, her character's scary ex was released from prison, causing her to immediately leave town. Yet another famous name on the show was Colin Hanks. He played the highly unlikable Inspector Parsons, who got Gibbs arrested. Hanks appeared in 3 episodes spanning the show's 10th and 11th seasons. Thankfully for Gibbs, after witnessing him in action during a life-saving operation, Parsons changed his mind about him. But the biggest star on NCIS was none other than Michelle Obama. Then First Lady made a cameo in order to promote her charity, Joining Forces, dedicated to supporting service members, veterans, and their families. The Season 13 episode called Homefront was actually filmed in the White House. And that's really a big thing, as only news organizations are usually allowed to work inside of it. By the way, did you know that Michelle and Barack Obama's daughter Malia is a writer and a director? Not on NCIS yet, but still. Let us know in the comments if you want to learn more about it. Thanks for watching, and stay awesome.